Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second, and let's just assume this is some sort of adversarial or foreign technology.
Most of the more than 120 incidents over the past 2 decades are not from the U.S. military or other advanced U.S. government technology.
It gets right in front of me, it just disappears. Disappears. Like gone.
To be clear, he's referring to this giant object as a tic tac, because he said it was shaped like one.
We're in, that we don't know what these things are, and they might even be extraterrestrial. That's worse.
Welcome back to Third Phase of Moon. Blake Cousins, we're still on the road heading out to Sedona. So if you've got a UFO sighting or you want to share something with us, you let us know. But we're continuing the road trip, and let me tell you, the UFO sightings continue to come in, and we're sharing it with you right here. So buckle up, everybody. Check this one out. So let's roll this once more and take a closer look. What is this ominous red orb in the woods? It seems to do erratic maneuvers. It's quite strange. It's hard to comprehend exactly what we're looking at. We got Doc Skinner with us. We're still in Sholo, Arizona, but heading out to Sedona. But Doc Skinner told us about this video. He gave us a heads up, and we want to get his thoughts right away. Doc, what do you think's going on here?
Well, when I first saw it, my suspicion was it was maybe a car headlamp and then somebody walking around with a high beam flashlight in the woods, but then it started booking it at, off ground level. I see this and it makes me think of Travis Walton's story, Fire in the Sky. I mean, did it look something similar to this?
Well, you bring up Fire in the Sky as we just recently interviewed Travis Walton himself with surprising answers to our questions. So don't forget to check that out on Third Phase of Moon. But right now, is this some kind of abduction attempt going on within this video? Whoever's shooting it seems brave enough to capture a pretty good steady shot of it, but it's pretty incredible as it darts off immediately to its left. It banks right, then it banks left at extreme rates of speed, much faster than anybody could run in the woods, in my opinion. Brent, what's your thought?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering. Is something out there? Maybe somebody's doing a hoax, pulling a fast one on us, and we can't rule that out. We're looking at something that needs to be shared. This is a good heads up by Doc. And by the way, Doc's been hosting us at his house for the past week, and it's been a good time going over UFOs and talking about this subject matter. What we're looking at here is still, I'm on the fence. Is this one of ours or something otherworldly? It still remains a mystery. It's a good one, though. It needs to be shared because we don't know what it is.
Yeah, and You're exactly right, Brent, and I'm going to rule out CGI. This is legitimate footage, and the luminance off this bright orb is extremely bright. And again, its erratic nature in movement seems very bizarre. Guys, I want to get your opinions. Now, let's get to the next video. Check this out. craft, whether it's otherworldly or not, it does change one's perspective on life, because when we're there, somebody changed their outlook and totally changed their lifestyle. But as we look at this once again, I'm trying to figure out the scale of this thing. We have the building and its traverses behind it, so I'd have to say it's at least maybe 75 to 100 feet in length. The one we saw was Walmart sized, and that's what the same sighting that Travis said, that it was almost the size of Walmart.
Yeah, exactly, Blake. And everybody else agreed with us that night. It happened on our birthday in 2010. I would have to say that was the best birthday present we've got so far. This is pretty amazing footage. Again, this is, in my opinion, all legit. We're not looking at CGI. This is actual objects in the sky. Now, the big question is, what are they? Good question there, Brent, and that's why we're posting it right here at Third Phase Moon. We want to get your guys' opinions. Now, let's get to the next one. It's a cold weather phenomenon. Guys, take a look at this. The people on the ground were quite shocked. Roll it.
Y cuando lo apague, le apacho en el centro.
Est-ce que ça va pas éclipse? Ça va éclipse?
Y cuando lo apague, le apacho en el centro.
Éclipse.
Here we go. Once again, let's take a close look at this. The ring of fire in the sky. This is quite amazing footage. You know, we've seen rainbows, but look at this. It's in perfect symmetry here in a 360, and it is quite beautiful to witness. Again, we're wanting to share the weather phenomenon as it comes in. Is this manipulated? Is this some kind of natural event? Doc, what's your thoughts?
Well, I think it's peculiar that we just did a recent episode showing a portal like this, but with a black center, pure dark blackness in the middle. And here it's kind of like a bright cloud. The Ring of Fire aspect. I mean, is this a natural phenomenon that very few people may have ever seen, or is this something that maybe our government's doing, or something else? It is beautiful. It's a lot prettier than the last one we saw.
Yeah, it's pretty incredible, right? Everybody's looking at this, and we're looking at a phenomenon. Could this be a sundog? This is unique. I've never seen exactly anything that looks exactly like this in ordinates to a sundog effect, this natural phenomenon. This is incredible footage right here.
Guys, have you seen anything like this? And if you have, we want to see it right here. Again, my email is in the description. But again, guys, I want to get your opinion. What is this ring of fire, this rainbow? It is very unusual. And that's why we're posting it right here at Third Phase of Moon. Guys, I want to tell you about our new documentary, Above Top Secret. It's taken the first place in the new movie releases on Amazon, beating out Uncharted and Batman as recommended documentary. And again, Above Top Secret is available right now. It's blowing up on all social media streaming platforms. So guys, let's give you a sneak peek in regards to the documentary right here. Watch this.
Some years ago, I was invited to go to an underground research facility in El Paso on the Mexican-American border. And this was a place where they were doing these sort of technologies that are transdimensional, but medical applications, major stuff, technologies that literally, electromagnetic transdimensional technologies where they can, if someone had a missing limb, they can attach to the subtle body, you know, the mystics call astral body, but that energy, like you have phantom pain, and regrow it. Here's the issue. The same technology that gives you that would give you free energy to run your house, because it's in that same, let's call it constellation of extraordinary technologies that they would want to keep secret. So there are a lot of spin-offs beyond energy, propulsion, and the environment that will benefit humanity once we can get the first level of this out, because it's unbelievable how backward even our medical technology is compared to what's possible. So that's also a very bit of good news. This is why I've called for sort of a Marshall Plan for the planet for new energy and the environment that is supported and funded by individuals in an open source way, and not expecting, I think it's silly to expect the government of the United States or any other government to get behind doing something that brings out the most disruptive technologies in the history of the human race. Let's be blunt. But it also creates a new civilization, and it saves our future. So if this had been introduced slowly from the early 20th century, 100 years ago, to now, we'd be okay. But now we've run out of time because of what's happening to the biosphere, geopolitically, population boom. So in order to create enough change quickly enough, we're going to have to do something very different, very fundamentally different than what we've been doing. Most people think that the US government builds stuff. They contract. It's called WFO, work for others. And in 1993, I was at the Wrigley Mansion in Phoenix. They wanted me to come to a meeting very late at night. He says, look, if you want to deal with this issue of these technologies, the UFO issue, you don't need to talk to the president, the CIA director. They don't know anything, and they're not going to know anything. You should be talking to people like us. We're the ones who are running the WFO. We're tied into certain, I'm quoting, orders of Jesuit priests that are working on the technology transfer. We have the supercomputers that back up the banking system, and where we can get a lot of money just from transactions where they're odd amounts. This sort of hybrid entity, partially covert, unacknowledged government programs, but a big part of that is then outsourced to big corporations, covert contractors, and other organizations. So that's kind of what developed in the post-World War II era, and it still is how the operation runs.
Above Top Secret, available right now on all streaming platforms. We dropped the price. It was available just for purchase, but right now it's available for rental on Amazon, iTunes. Guys, pick it up, take a look at it. Let us know your thoughts, because right now Amazon Prime is sharing it on their front page. Something's happening in regards to the information that we're sharing with you in Above Top Secret. Guys, be safe out there. Blake Cousins, we got a road trip ahead of us, heading to Sedona. Again, if you've experienced the phenomenon, let us know. Maybe we could hook up. Blake Cousins, we'll see you next time.
Let's just go down the rabbit hole here for a second. Let's just assume this is some sort of adversarial or foreign technology.
Most of the more than 120 incidents over the past 2 decades are not from the U.S. military or other advanced U.S. government technology.
It's right in front of me, it just disappears. Disappears. Like gone.
To be clear, he's referring to this giant object as a tic tac, as he said it was shaped like one.
We're in, that we don't know what these things are, and they might even be extraterrestrial. That's worse.